Hello, brothers and sisters. Hello, my Arsenal future family. How you all doing out there? I hope you're all alright. I hope you're all well rested. And unfortunately, we've got some bad news. You know, I heard this morning that unfortunately, the former Arsenal, Everton, is it Trabzonspor? I know he played in Turkey, but I know the former Arsenal, Everton, and Nottingham Forest striker Kevin Campbell, unfortunately, has passed away at the age of only 54. And I must say, when I heard it about 11 o'clock this morning, now it's 20 minutes to 1, so it's just over an hour and a half ago I heard the news. It's been on my mind. I had to go to do some shopping up the road, and I must say, all I'm thinking about was Kevin Campbell and his family. I know he's got a son who's played football. I think his son is still playing football, and I think he's got another son, if I'm not mistaken. I've got to do a bit more research, but I know he has one son who appeared on the Highbury squad, because, you know, Kevin Campbell was part of the Highbury squad. And when Kevin Campbell wasn't well, he hadn't been well for maybe the best part of 8 months, 9 months. He wasn't on there as much. And I remember people asking Sophie, who's the host of Highbury Squad and a founder, what's happened to Kevin? That was at the time when nobody knew what had happened. And then she was just saying, oh, Kevin isn't well, he'll be back soon. And then afterwards, when more word got out, obviously from the likes of AFTV, Curtis Shaw, and the likes of Harry Symeou, the Choricles of Aguna, Tom Canton, all of those guys were very close with Kevin Campbell, Lee Judges, Dan Potts, and then more word got around that he'd seriously ill. Then Curtis Shaw said on his stream about 4 or 5 months ago that he's seriously sick, seriously ill. And then somebody pushed him, because this person wanted to know what actually, or people wanted to know what was the actual problem. And then Curtis let it out, because I think it was a private thing between just the family and close friends. And then eventually Curtis let it out of the bag, saying that Kevin Campbell's got kidney problems, you know. And he came out, because he was ill, then he came out a few months ago, and he appeared on the Highbury squad. And I remember I think he'd done 2 or 3 shows on the Highbury squad. I saw one of the shows. I didn't see one of the others, because you could see he looked poorly. And even his speech was a bit slurred and so on. And so, but you know, and then he went away. Then I heard that I didn't see him again. And news got out that he'd suffered a relapse. Some people call it readmission. You know, a setback, major setback, for more layman terms. And then he gone back in hospital, and kidney problems are playing up. I don't know what's caused these kidney problems, but you know, I was thinking to myself as I was walking to the shops this morning. I said, a guy like that, young, well, he's 54, so he's young prime of his life. He could live for another 30 years easy, because people are now living to the 90s now, 80s, late 80s, 90s. He's only 54. And I was thinking to myself that, wow, was he only 54 in February? I was thinking to myself, a guy like that who's played at the highest level for one of the biggest clubs in the world, in Arsenal. You could say one of the two of the biggest clubs in the world, in Everton. Everton, a massive club, and Arsenal, also a big club as well, at the highest level in the Premier League. It's not like he was playing in the lower leagues where, you know, he was a semi-pro, an amateur, and he could eat anything he wanted. Especially when you're playing for Arsenal and Everton, at the highest level, you get looked after. You know, you get proper meals, you get a proper fitness regime, and then you get professional doctors who look after you around the clock. And he was playing for Arsenal. He was at Arsenal for many years. He was there because I remember first hearing about him when I was at school. This was back in '88. One of my friends, because that time I was just getting into football, so I didn't know the ins and outs, but my friend was a football fanatic. And he used to tell me about, oh, Kevin Campbell, because I was fascinated, because being black, I remember Arsenal's team had 4 black players: Gus Caesar, Michael Thomas, David Wildcastle. And I didn't know who the other one was. I knew who Thomas was, I knew who Wildcastle was, because he got me into Arsenal, as I mentioned on my streams before. We'll talk about it again some more in the future. And I knew who Gus Caesar was, because Gus Caesar's father was a good friend of my father, because they come from the Tottenham area. And of course, we're from Hackney, Tottenham, Hackney, Haringey, Stamford Hill. So my dad knows a lot of, my dad even knew Rocky's dad. So my dad knew a lot about some of the Arsenal players, the black Arsenal players, because he knew their families. But I know he was especially close to Gus Caesar's dad. But I didn't know who this other guy was, this 4th black guy was. And my friend at school, Dean, I never forget him, Dean his name was. He said, oh, that's Kevin Campbell. But at the time, Kevin Campbell was on loan at Leicester. Yeah, he was on loan at Leicester. Then I think he went to Leyton Orient as well. That was around 88, 89 season. 88, 89. And then I remember towards the end of the season, if you look, those old pictures where we won up at Anfield in 89, the league. Up at Anfield when we beat Liverpool 2-0, the Anfield 89. You can see Kevin Campbell in the background in his dark suit, celebrating with the rest of the team. Never forget it. You probably see it in one of the pictures I pull up on one of those videos I pull up for Anfield 89. He's right in the background, you can't miss him. But anyway, unfortunately, with sad news, Kevin Campbell has passed away. We say, may he rest in peace. We're sending love and strength out, and God blessings out to his family at this time. I'm not too sure about the family. I know, as I said before, I know he's got a son. I believe he's got another son. One of them plays football. I think he has a partner, but I'm not so sure about the partner. And obviously his mum and dad, I'm not sure if his mum and dad are still alive. Something we've got to look out for and do some research on. And we're going to do another video about this down the line. You know, we're going to do maybe 2 or 3 more videos, or another couple of videos, or maybe even another video about Kevin Campbell, my memories of Kevin Campbell. Because he's a guy, when I first started supporting Arsenal, he was there. I remember having a picture of him up on my wall when I was I must have been about 13, 14 at the time. And I had a picture up on my wall of him. I never forget it. And I'll try and put the picture up if I can. If I can't do it in this stream, I'll try and pull it out one of my other streams. When I do what I do about him, when I do another stream about him down the line. I'm going to say for this video, because it's like a homage and, you know, a solemn occasion, I won't put up an intro for this. I won't advertise my channel for this. So I'll forget about, you can subscribe, but I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to put an outro, an intro, and so on. I'm just going to do it like, leave it plain like this, because it's a solemn moment, and it's a moment for us to all reflect. For those of us who knew Kevin, even if we didn't know him that well, we knew him personally, we knew him quite a bit. We knew him from afar, like myself. And of course, he meant a lot to us as Arsenal supporters, and even Everton supporters, Nottingham Forest supporters. And I think he played in Turkey, but I can't remember what team he played for. But the next time I come forward, I'll come back, I'll try and, I think it was Trabzon Sport he played for. I think it was Trabzon, but I've got to get clarification on that. And of course, he was on loan at Leyton Orient and Leicester as a youngster when he was at Arsenal. So, as I say, take care of yourselves and look after each other. And we say, God bless Kevin Campbell. Adios. Bye for now. Peace.